All right, so for fun, let's talk about adding some text on top of the animated GIF that you are going to export. This is actually relatively straightforward. What you want to do is you want to make sure that over here to your right on the layers that you have your topmost layer selected. And then with the topmost layer selected, you go over to the opposite side of the screen, over to the toolbar, and click on the horizontal type tool, or you can just press the key T to get it to pop up, and then you'll see that your cursor turns into a little type cursor that you can place somewhere on the canvas. And then what you do is when you click anywhere on the canvas, two things happen. You can see that you get a blinking cursor to start typing. You can see I have some big red letters over here. And then also, if you look over to the right side of the screen, a layer has automatically been made. And you can see it is set immediately to visible. It has a T to let you know that it is a text layer, and then a name. So, and I could change this if I wanted to. Here it is. It automatically changes itself to which is what I typed. So here I'm going to get my text layer back over here. So I can see that this, when I type, this is moving to the left, which means that it's justified backwards from normal. So I'm going to go up to the top here where the justification happens, and I'm going to click center text just for because I like that. So instead of typing a bunch of R's, I'm going to type rad because I think parkour is rad. And then once I have typed a bunch of text that I like and I want to place it, I am going to go up here and I am going to just grab the move tool. And then what this lets me do is this lets me place my rad text wherever I want. And then you can see, if you look down in your frames, like in your timeline window, all of the frames say rad, and the reason that happens is because of the way layers work. If you remember that layers, right, they happen on top of one another, and because rad is all the way up at the top, it populates to every single frame. It shows up everywhere. So if we were to grab this layer and we were to move it down, then you would see at the end here there are a bunch of frames that don't have rad on them because they exist before rad even shows up, right? They are above radness. How dare they? So if we take rad and move it all the way back up to the top, you can see, there we go, everything now says rad. If you would like rad to blink in and out, let's say, that's really easy too. So what you do is you can select every frame where you don't want rad to show up. So let's say you don't want it to show up on every other frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the command key while I select every other frame. So here we go. I'm selecting half of the frames. And then I'm going to unclick the eyeball, or rather click. I'm going to click the eyeball so that I'm going to make that layer invisible on all of the frames that I have just selected. So now you can see, if you look just at the macro view on your timeline, that every other frame says rad. So now when I play this, rad should blink, which is what you would expect rad to do. So if you wanted rad to alternate between rad and, I don't know, let's say dar, I can select rad and then click on the layers menu button, and I'm going to duplicate my rad layer. It's my rad copy, and I'm going to, sorry, that was a mistake. So now rad copy here. I'm going to go into a layer. I'm going to now select all of the layers that I just selected, the ones that don't show rad. I'm going to select them again here, and I'm going to have them show not rad, but rad copy. And then I'm going to go back over to the left-hand side to select the type tool again, and I'm going to change rad to dar. So now effectively what will happen is rad and dar will switch back and forth to one another. So that is how you place text over an animated GIF.